Hi, everyone. This is Mimi Loam, and I wanted to welcome you to Marching Forward Mondays today, and happy holidays to everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful vacation and a good weekend, and now we're ready to get the year started again. Hard to believe it's 2022. But I wanted to thank you all for joining us, and for all our veterans, thank you for your service. And I'd like to welcome our special guests today from Cisco Corporation. I'd like to welcome Darnell Green. Darnell is the Director of Supplier Diversity. And if you look in the calendar invite, you can see his bio, but I did want to make sure that I mentioned that in 2019, Darnell transitioned to lead Supplier Diversity, where he's responsible for development and execution of Cisco supplier diversity strategies that support Cisco's 2025 corporate responsibility goals. And I also wanted to let you know that I'd like to thank him for his service. Darnell is a veteran of the U.S. Navy. And so I'd like to welcome you, Darnell.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mimi and Navoba. Thank you for having this platform to really allow myself and Cisco to really talk about supplier diversity, our program, our process, and just some of the benefits on how to successfully do business with Cisco. So let me share my screen real quick.
And Navoba would like to thank you for being a new corporate ally of ours.
Absolutely.
So welcome.
Excited to be here. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Got it.
Okay, great. Great.
I'd also like to just make mention, kind of out of practice since we haven't had MFM for about a month. As we go, please, if you have questions, put them in the chat, and we will make sure that we cover all the questions at the end of the presentation. Thank you. And I won't interrupt you again, Darnell. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem at all. Not a problem. Well, before we get started, I wanted to give everybody kind of a background on who Darnell, who I am, essentially. So I am proud veteran of the United States Navy, 2 tours in Iraq. I was aboard the Harry S. Truman. And after that, I transitioned to Staff College to teach the junior officers coming into the surface warfare missile program. I'm a graduate of Texas Southern University. My degree is in marketing. And right now, middle pillar right here, I've been with Cisco for 10 years. 10 years. My background is merchandising and marketing. The merchandising side, it spans across category management and sourcing, product management. Did some time on the field marketing side. And then in 2019 was tapped on the shoulder to come and lead Cisco's Supplier Diversity program. Outside of Supplier Diversity, I am extremely active with Cisco's DE&I initiatives. I sit on the Global Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. I also lead our Veterans Associate Resource Group as well, actively involved in the community. The Houston Minority Supplier Development Council, I sit on a few boards with that organization. And, I was told growing up to find 3 hobbies you love, right? Number 1, one to keep you in shape, which I do CrossFit, and one to be creative. I love doing projects with my kids, and then one to give back. Right now, actively involved in scouting. As you can see the pictures, my family, my son is a Cub Scout. Our daughter is a Girl Scout. So I'm actively involved in that. And on the future side, what do I want to do when this is all behind me? I want to continue to give back. And oh, by the way, that picture was taken approximately 1 year into COVID with trying to manage working from home and having our kids from home as well. So just joking. I wish I could see everyone, but I can't. I'm also working on my stand-up, so never mind. The goal is to
Little
lead.
humor's good.
Yeah. Lead scouting, from a, district level. I enjoy scouting, want to continue to give back. And then really, I want to be known for just really developing high quality business strategies and plans, and also providing strong leadership and mentoring to, and sponsoring associates. So I kind of a little bit about myself. Now we can kind of get into what the topic of today's discussion is really all around. So supplier diversity. And before we go into the different areas of Sysco's program, I do want to say that we are taking the steps needed to develop a best-in-class supplier diversity process. As of now, we have redefined what supplier diversity means to Cisco. We've also conducted an assessment of our current program against, what is the industry's best practice when it comes to supplier diversity. So the goal for today is to discuss the supplier diversity program, what Cisco's process entails, and what's really important, how to do business, not only with Cisco, but successfully with Cisco. So to go into what we have done, right? Again, as I stated, we're taking the steps needed to develop a best-in-class supplier diversity process. Cisco has gone from what was known as a program to a process to demonstrate that supplier diversity is not a one-time thing, right? It's an ongoing activity without an end date, and it's truly embedded in how we do business at Cisco. We've broadened our program from what was initially only geared towards minority and women. We've moved to diverse suppliers to be more inclusive in how we define our diverse supplier base. And I'll get into that, what that inclusiveness entails and what suppliers now fall within our scope of supplier diversity. And now we are aligned to Cisco's purpose statement, which is connecting the world to share food and care for one another. And in my honest opinion, that cannot be done without supplier diversity. It is really a key enabler to helping us stay aligned to that purpose. So Cisco seeks to identify, develop, and leverage our current diverse suppliers to meet our customers' needs, create an unmatched competitive advantage, and connect the world again through food and products. Now, what is Cisco's supplier diversity program / process? What does it consist of? It's really three key pillars. Number one is category management. And what me and my team, what we do is we collaborate with the category teams and the sourcing teams to ensure spend within the diverse supplier community. You'll see on the right-hand side where we have 5 key areas where my team interacts with the category teams and the sourcing teams. Under that area, we have one of the key areas is to learn about the category, right? We are essentially geared into including diverse suppliers to provide insights on how products and services fit within the local assortment as well as the national assortment. Definition, define. We are working with our diverse suppliers to help us define what that category strategy entails and where those opportunities exist. Number 3, partnership. We aim to work and engage with our diverse suppliers to increase the variety of products that we offer and provide access to new and specialty products. We're working with our diverse suppliers again to help us really to conduct that market research to discover what diverse suppliers that we need in our program, in our process that we are not currently doing business with. Leading on to that decision-making process. Me, if you can't already tell, I'm extremely passionate about what I do. I am an advocate for our diverse suppliers throughout the entire process. It's not just a one-time stop. I am involved throughout the strategic process. My team is involved throughout the strategic process. And a diverse supplier will not be removed out of an RFI or an RFP without my team's involvement. And then what's most important is to grow. We work with our diverse suppliers and our category teams to increase Cisco's supplier base. And again, that cannot be done without a strong base of diverse suppliers. Pillar number 2, supplier development. We are going into our second year of our mentorship program. And the main goal is to help our diverse suppliers to develop the capabilities as well as educating them on doing business with Cisco. Our program, our mentorship program, I should say, is designed to overcome barriers that typically inhibit the success of diverse and emerging small businesses. And you'll see right here, we do have some key dates of our calendar year 2022 Supplier Diversity Mentorship Program. That announcement is scheduled to go out mid-January. And in order to participate in the mentorship program, you will need to be registered in Cisco's Supplier Diversity portal, which we'll get to in a few slides. So these are some timelines. The deadline to submit an application is mid-February. We're going to take approximately 45 days to really understand the suppliers that have applied to our program and invite selected suppliers to our corporate global center, corporate support center, to give demonstrations on their product and or the services that they provide. The selection and acceptance notification will go out at the end of May, and then the program will actually kick off July 1, with the first 30 days being geared to developing a compelling supplier development plan. So more to come on that. And then pillar 3 is awareness, right? We have two key channels when it comes to awareness: how we bring awareness to supplier diversity internally as well as externally. Internally, we are now developing our marketing material to highlight diverse suppliers. We have about 72 operating sites across the US. We are strategically identifying operating site champions right now to lead supplier diversity initiatives at the local site, planned events to highlight our diverse suppliers. And we are kicking off a quarterly newsletter to bring more awareness internally to not only our non-procurement associates, but our procurement associates that have direct access to RFI and RFP opportunities. Externally, we are working through NAVOBA and Disability and Inclusion, the NMSDC, NGLCC, and WeBank. We just released a press release just last week on our newly formed partnerships with these organizations. And we truly believe that the partnerships that we are engaging in right now is what's best for supplier diversity at Cisco. So again, very excited to be on this call here today to talk about our program. Now, how do you register for Cisco Supplier Diversity Program? All right, so it's a QR code. All you have to do, scan the QR code. It will take you to a portal and you can register your business. Now, once it funnels through that main portal, depending on the category, product, i.e. or service that your company provides, it will be funneled to that particular department. There are a few requirements, a few qualifications. Of course, on the product side, making sure that the product is locally relevant, making sure that it adds value to the current assortment, making sure that the business has the correct hold harmless agreements filled out, and proper insurance. those are some of the initial barriers to getting into Cisco's Supplier Diversity program initially. And I've received a lot of emails and communications on how do we get in contact at the local level, where there's another QR code right here that you can scan. It'll take you to our micro site where you have access to all of our locations that we currently have within our distribution today. And of course, if you want to engage at the local level, you of course have to reach out to the local level, speak with a product support advisor that can give you more information on the local assortment. How do you get in contact with someone in merchandising, and how do you get items set up to successfully do business with Cisco? Is that? One second, I thought it was another slide in here. My apologies. Okay, that must have gotten cut off, but it's my contact information and a mailbox to our Supplier Diversity team. And I can give that to you. It's diversity.supplier@corp.cisco.com. diversity.supplier@corp.cisco.com, and send them a message to the inbox. Someone from our team will get in contact with you if you have any questions, or if you would like to take a look at any of the tailored programs for our diverse suppliers. So I know I kind of went through that kind of quick, but Mimi, if we can we open it up for questions or maybe anything specifically that I did not hit on?
Absolutely. So we do have a question from Nancy Connor, our certification director. She wants to know, are you including veterans or VBEs and SDVBEs in your mentoring program?
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. And Mimi, let me know if this is okay. Is it okay for the veteran-owned businesses that are currently not in Cisco's portal? Can I send you the announcement? And that announcement can go out through Navoba as well, just to make sure that we capture as many certified businesses, veteran-owned businesses that would be interested in applying for our mentorship program. Would that be okay?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Okay. We'll make sure we send it out in both the newsletter and to the certified database.
Great, absolutely.
Thank you. Robert, you want to ask your question? You guys can feel free to ask the question. I appreciate you putting them in the chat so we can kind of call you out on the question.
Yes. Hi, Darnell. Thank you very much for your service. I've got, I represent a IT staffing company, and I'm wondering if Cisco uses IT staffing and that would be part of your diversity program.
Yes, absolutely. That falls within our indirect team. And if you are a staffing company, please register. Once the intake form is completed, that information will go over to our indirect sourcing team that manages the IT staffing side.
Thank you.
Samantha, go ahead.
I can't hear you, Samantha.
So her question is,
what if we have a product?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I had to reach to the unmute. Hello, Darnell, nice to meet you. Thanks for your presentation today. My question is, I have a product that has been in development for about 1.5 years that I specifically actually designed for Cisco, as odd as that is. It's not quite ready for public use. Is that something that I could submit through your portal, for your diversity supplier portal?
So if it's not ready for public use, are you asking to submit to the mentorship program to take a look at the product and kind of see where it is and how it would fit with Cisco to help commercialize that product?
Yes, sir, exactly. I have a patent on it. I have my prototype. We have our marketing materials, our video. I just haven't got into mass production at this current day.
Sure, absolutely. Yep, submit it, and we'll definitely take a look at it.
And should I email first the diversity supplier at cisco.com to get that started?
No.
I'm sorry.
What you should do is register in the portal first.
Okay.
In the portal first, and then when the announcement goes out for the mentorship program, then you would register for the mentorship program.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Is it okay if I turn my camera on? I just want everyone to know that I don't look like that guy, the future state of Darnell. I was really joking.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Do you have any other questions?
Let's see. I saw some questions. IT. Okay. Okay. Nope. I think we got the questions. Great.
They're an easy group today.
Yep. Either an easy group or the supplier diversity mailbox is going to get flooded. No problem. Not a problem. Either way, I think the goal here today is to do an overview of supplier diversity. And if there are any other questions, feel free to email me directly. If there's an opportunity to set up a call outside of this general overview, just to go into some of the specifics. But yeah, that works well.
Heather, I think I saw you, Heather. Unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Did I see you on mute? Did you have a comment or a question?
Oh, I had just said he's probably going to get both. Darnell, thanks so much
No problem.
for presenting today. We appreciate it. You got a good crowd. It's just early in the year.
Awesome. I see, Heather, you are a stander. You're walking.
I am walking. Yep.
Awesome. I stand up at home and my coworkers joke me all the time because I stand up working at home.
I can't even imagine sitting at a desk for 8 hours with the Zoom meetings a day, just sitting there.
Awesome.
Darnell, I wanted to thank you again for joining. I'm Matt Pavlik. I'm the president of Novova. We haven't had a chance to meet yet, I don't believe, but thank you very much for your service. And thank you for presenting today. Thank you for everybody at Cisco. I see that you also lead the resource group there. And so I know that Mimi's probably talked with you about the other ways that we work with the resource groups with certification and the site visit programs. We'd love to work with you with that. But you mentioned something that's really important, and I always want to reiterate this to all of our veteran businesses. You talked about listing their business on your database to make sure that they can be found by you all. When you do that, folks, make sure that you save all that information, because every company that you want to try to do business with, they're asking for a lot of the same stuff. And so you're going to be able to, and it's like kind of like a resume, you want to tailor it for each job you're applying for, but it's going to be much of the same stuff, the capabilities and what you can do with your company. And so the other thing to keep in mind is make sure that you fill out your profile on Novova's database. We have a searchable database where companies like Cisco can come in and look for you if they're looking for something. You want to make sure that they're able to find you, and all of this information should be something that you make available to your potential customers on your own websites and the things that you're providing when you're filling out these profiles for these databases. So even though it may seem like you're doing this a lot all the time, you're not really duplicating too much effort. You're just putting the same information about what you can do in places where people are going to search for it and find it. So please, please, please fill out your profiles and freshen them up frequently as new things happen, and make sure that you demonstrate what you can do for your customers. Novova's database automatically generates a one-page capability statement for each company that gets listed in there. So if you haven't done that yet, please make sure that you do that. I know Nancy's been working with everybody to make sure that they're familiar with how to do that, but please do that, because there's no better opportunity for the veteran business whenever a customer reaches out and says, hey, it looks like we might be able to work with you. Can you share more information with us, as opposed to the other way of prospecting. So thank you again, Darnell. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, and thank you, Matthew, for bringing that up, because typically when someone from our procurement team emails the supplier diversity team for a particular category, we immediately go into our portal and we're looking for certified diverse suppliers. Once those suppliers are identified, the very next email, if it's not attached to the portal, it's emailing the supplier asking for a capability statement. That's probably the first email that goes out, even before the RFI, the request for information, or the request for proposal even goes out. What's your capability statement? So thanks for bringing that up. And also, if there is any appetite for participating in a national RFI or an RFP, please don't shy away from asking questions, because you'll be surprised at how many suppliers, diverse suppliers, get invited to an RFI and they don't respond because it's something that they don't understand, and they don't want to reach out to anyone at corporate because they are concerned on how it makes them look, or that is something that they don't understand and they don't want to ask the questions. Please ask the questions. If it's something that you don't understand, I encourage you to email, reach out, so we can get your questions answered.
Thank you. And if you feel bad asking Darnell or the Supplier Diversity folks, reach out to us. We do have an expert with Nancy Connor on our team who has worked both the corporate side and now certification, and is a woman entrepreneur. So please just let us know if you have any other questions.
Awesome.
Well, anything else you'd like to share with us, Darnell?
Apply to the portal. I'm excited to be a part of Novova, excited to connect our associate resource groups, to be a part of the committees and really engage. As a prior veteran, I do have a key goal to increase our spend in this area. So if I don't hear from you, you will be hearing from me. So.
Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Darnell will be back with his team in the next quarter. And there, like he had mentioned, there are a lot of dates coming up for different events that they have. So make sure you look at the newsletter and the website, and you can see some of those dates that we'll be sharing with you all.
Hey, Darnell.
So
Real quick, Mimi, if I can. Hi, Darnell. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. And I just finished walking my dog, so I'm with you, Heather. Thank you. Now I'm about to eat and nobody needs to see that. Darnell, quick question for you from a Cisco perspective, and I missed the first part of your presentation, but who are some of your key prime contractors that help your company do what you do? Would you feel comfortable naming just a few of those just for awareness?
When it comes to prime on the direct side, we have a few, right? We have the large to the small on the direct side. I will be transparent and let you know that we are looking to expand our diverse spend into the indirect area. Prior to that was an area that we did not have visibility into as much as on the direct side. My background is in merchandising and sourcing on the direct side, i.e. products, right? So a lot of food suppliers that fall in that space. But we are realizing that we do have a huge opportunity to increase our spend on the indirect side, i.e. IT staffing, transportation, MRO services, right? And I can send, if that'll help, I can send those key areas that we're looking to grow on the indirect side. I can send that information out.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. I'm by the way, I'm with Shell Oil Company. And one of the things that I look forward to for the Novova board this year is for us to spend more time with each other, understanding questions like what I just asked, because I think some of the suppliers, particularly the veteran-owned businesses that we're here to help connect, that we may be talking to them, and there may be an opportunity to make a direct connection to our corporate peers without sending you everyone in general, we
Yeah.
can learn who are you looking, where is your focus of growth, and we
Mhm.
can start to create a combined dialogue. That's the value of the corporate network that that Novobus has positioned for the VBEs that are on. So, and welcome, and thanks for your presentation, by the way.
No worries. Yeah, I can send those key areas for the indirect sourcing. On the direct side, we have around 40 to 50 categories going on in the food space, and that's continuously going on throughout the year. So more information to come on that, but I can send those key categories.
And just a reminder that Corporate Ally Spotlight packet that I sent to you is a great place for you to include that so we can share it on the website. And if you don't have it, I can resend it over or send it over and we can talk about it.
Great.
Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate you joining us today. And next week is Martin Luther King Day, so there will not be a Marching Forward Monday segment. But the following week, we will have the VBE showcase. So looking forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks. And as always, these are recorded sessions that will be housed on the Novoba YouTube channel. So if you've missed anything or you joined us late, feel free to go there in the next day or so. It will be there. Or you can feel free to email alexis@novoba.org to get a copy of the recording. But thanks again. And if you have any questions or concerns, just shoot me an email or feel free to give me a call.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Darnell,
Bye.
very
Thanks
much for
again.
your presentation.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.